Hello all, and on this episode 3 of The Actor's Perspective, I will be talking about Lion, which is nominated, of course, for a lot of Academy Awards, including Best Supporting Actor for Dev Patel, Best Supporting Actress for Nicole Kidman, Best Picture. So, let's begin! As always, I'm going to give the plot first. I will say this, though, I am not going to tell you why it is called Lion. One of the most brilliant things about this film is that it does make you wait until the end to learn some stuff, but you don't even realize it. So I will not be telling you why it is called Lion. So, now we can officially begin. So, the whole first part of the film is in Hindi, where they found Sunny Pawar, I'm sorry if I'm messing up his last name. This kid is genius, but it's basically Saroo and his brother Gadu are doing like odd jobs so that they can make money for their mom and sister and everything, because they live in a really bad slum in like this area of India. I want to say it's definitely India, but it's like so close to the border of other countries. Well, when you find out, it's close later. But they're at this train station, and Gadu tells Saroo, because he's only like 5-6 years old, just to stay here and he'll come back for him. And Saroo takes a nap, wakes up, he's not there. He goes on a passenger train. The passenger train ends up taking him 1,600, yeah, I want to say 1,600 miles to Calcutta. And he's going around saying, my name is, obviously in Hindi, my name is Saroo. Looking for my mom and Gadu. I'm from Ganastali. No one can figure it out. He almost gets sold at one point. He ends up going through the slums for like a couple of months, and then he finds a spoon, and one day he's sitting outside a restaurant, and a young man sees him with the spoon imitating him, and he brings him to, I guess, what is Bengali Child Services, and they put him in this weird, I don't want to call it an orphanage or a workhouse. It's like a weird combo of the two. But basically, the whole time, they're trying to find Ganastali, and they can't find him. So this woman finally comes in who takes a bunch of children and ends up, teaching them the basic English and the basics of everything in order to let them be adopted. And Saroo is adopted by this couple that is played by Nicole Kidman and David Wenham. And a year later they adopt another child, Mantosh, but he is very anxiety driven and everything, but all ends up going okay. And in the end of that first 50 minutes, which you don't even know you've been sitting there for an hour almost, because it's so fast, all of a sudden the scene cuts into the water, and up comes Dev Patel from swimming or surfing or whatever, and it's 20 years later. You find out he's going to Melbourne to take this. Oh, I forgot to mention, they're in Tasmania, part of Australia. He ends up going to Melbourne to take this hotel management course where he meets Rooney Mara. Rooney Mara, just so you know, a lot of people are like, is it true that he had one girlfriend throughout the whole time? I was reading the IMDb trivia. She's a combination of a couple girlfriends, but either way, it made sense, obviously, for film lore to, make it one person. So he meets Rooney Mara and everything. They start dating. They go to a friend's house one night, and that's when he tells him I think he told him in class that he was adopted, but that whole night tells him what happened, because he happens to see this dessert, that he always wanted his brother to get for him in the house, because there are a few other Indian students in the class, and they're like, well, you need to use Google Earth. Yes, this is 2008. Google Earth, man, when it was just starting. And he's like, no, I don't want to do it. It ends up kind of destroying him and his relationship with his family and his brother and girlfriend, Lucy. Oh my god, I finally remembered Rooney Mara's character's name, Lucy. Because it just eats him away, and then after like this huge fight at dinner, he ends up going to back to his mom's house. And this was, let me tell you something, Nicole Kidman is doing the right thing. She's like pulling the Viola Davis and the Meryl Streep, and even though she's getting characters for her age now, she's like, I'm only taking the meaty ones. Good call, Nicole. Oh my god. And you end up finding out that her and her husband always wanted to adopt because they didn't like the population crisis or whatever, and because he's apologizing to her and to his brother for all this stuff. And then he ends up really digging down and searching one night and finds out it is not Ganestali, it is Ganesh Tali. He was just too little to understand. He was pronouncing it wrong. And he ends up telling everybody, I found him, I found him, I found him. He goes back. He finds his mom and some of his family. And it's such... Dev Patel, I know he filmed the last scene first. But, like, raw talent. And I'll get into that in the next scene of this segment. But it was such a heartfelt scene. And it was so well directed, well performed. It was, oh my god. And just know that that was, even though this happens a lot, the last scene, you know, was shot first. That was a very emotional scene to shoot first. So, and then you find out a few more things, and that's how the movie ends. And honestly, one of the best movies I've ever seen. I cried so many times. Oh my god. It was amazing. Obviously, from the human perspective, I would obviously recommend this. But from the actor perspective, oh my god, I would recommend this. Even if I were a director or screenwriter, you guys need to watch this movie too. Just the way they reveal why it's called Lion, that they, you know, just the way they reveal certain things, is just incredible. Rooney Mara, as always. I mean, her and her sister, you cannot go wrong with. They are just raw talent that you cannot even want to take your eyes off them because they're so real, so natural. They really, like, I don't think she was acting, which is technically in a little bit of a breakaway here. My acting for the camera class when I was in college, you learned that listening and reacting are a huge part of camera acting, because on stage, yes, you're still listening and reacting, but it's so sometimes over the top. For film, it's a lot central, and that's what I meant by Rooney was realistic. She all was very, you know, it was perfect camera acting. David Wenham, it's so nice to see you back, man. I mean, I know you kind of never left, but I kind of didn't watch some of those movies that happened between Van Helsing and now. So I'm really happy you're back. Yeah, she's such a raw talent, and I also don't know how she filmed this movie, because I know she has two kids that she adopted in real life. There's that one scene, oh my god, brilliant, brilliant. Dev Patel, oh my god, outdid himself. Like, he was always a fantastic actor, you know. Slumdog, what little I've seen of, The Newsroom, Last Airbender. He was always a great actor. This was like his moment, because he's just, I mean, I know he did like 8 months worth of prep, which is amazing, and it shows, and he is unbelievable, and he deserves the Oscar nomination. It's definitely between him and Mahershala Ali. I hope I got that right. But Dev outdid himself, especially since he had to play a real person. Like, oh my god, outdid himself. As I said earlier, I would love to know where they found Sonny Pawar, because that kid is adorable and absolutely carries the whole first half of that movie. Absolutely raw talent. Garth Davis, you absolutely outdid yourself as a director, and Luke Davies adapting Saroo Breirly's book. Unbelievable. I am going to leave a link down below. This movie, I obviously did feel somewhat connected to it. It was absolutely brilliant. A lot of emotional parts. At the end of the movie, they asked that you go on a website, which I'm leaving below. It's the film's website. Because hundreds of thousands of children in India are lost each year, and the movie is trying to stop that. So I'm going to leave that down in a link below. Other than that, as a human and as an actor, I highly recommend this movie. Go see it. Until next time, please like and subscribe. Bye, guys.